"12 Tips on Living a Frugal Life." Okay, I know frugal living sounds intimidating, but hear me out. Living a frugal life does not mean you have to pick up every coin you see on the ground. It doesn't mean you have to eat rice and beans and peanut butter for every meal. And it definitely doesn't mean you need to go dumpster diving for your basic needs. Living a frugal life simply means that you are intentional and mindful of all your spending. You prioritize spending your money on things that matter most and will think twice, even 3 times, about spending your money on the unnecessary stuff. But best of all, there is no broad sweeping approach to frugal living. You can pick and choose which areas of your life hold the most value and which areas you can do without. The frugal lifestyle is unique to each frugal person. They all decide where to cut back and where to live large. Frugality doesn't have to be scary, and it doesn't have to be complex. Here are 12 tips to get you started toward living a frugal life. Number 1. Make a budget. While this may not be a fun first step, it's a crucial one to your frugal journey. This is where you fit all the pieces of the puzzle together. What expenses matter most to you? Which ones can you eliminate? Is there any expense that you can reduce? This will paint a clear picture of where your money is going each month and will allow you to see which expenses may not be necessary. Bear in mind that there is nothing wrong with occasionally treating yourself to things you like. Maybe you want to go out with friends, buy a new tech toy, or go on a trip. Those are all wonderful things you deserve to enjoy. Just be sure to budget ahead of time and save up enough money before you spring for the fun stuff. Number 2. Frugal food. Once you've determined a budget, it's time to start shrinking that budget even further. One of the best places to start is with your food expenses. Eating out is fast and convenient, but it also costs a pretty penny, much more than the cost of cooking the same meal yourself. Cooking at home more than going out is a great first step to stretching your food budget. You can plan meals in advance and meal prep, which will save you from buying unnecessary groceries you will just throw away anyway. You can also buy generic brands at the grocery store rather than more pricey name brands, and opt for cheaper cuts of meat. If you really want to put a dent in your food expenses, try planting your own herbs and vegetables. Most veggies and almost all herbs can easily grow in a small pot or garden box, even in a city apartment. Number 3. Free entertainment. Another massive chunk in your budget is entertainment. Going to the movies, paying for streaming services, going out to eat with friends, taking trips, and going to concerts. It all requires deep pockets, and you're working to shrink yours down at this point. Luckily, there are plenty of free entertainment options to help alleviate some of the strain on your new budgeting plan. For traveling, use your credit card rewards points to book flights, hotels, and rentals. Essentially, your spent money is paying you back. At home, you can host a game night for family or friends and ask everyone to bring their favorite. Plenty of museums and national parks also host free days for the public, so search online and figure out which ones you'd like to see. Number 4. Cancel monthly subscriptions. Review all the subscriptions hitting your checking account and credit card each month. How often do you use each one? Do you have one subscription that is basically a duplicate of another? Rather than paying for several subscription boxes, streaming services, or other apps, identify the few that you use regularly and cancel the rest. Cut it out. You can go through your statements manually and pick out the recurring charges, or you can use app services like Trim and Truebill to do it for you. These apps will automatically find and cancel subscriptions that you simply do not use. You may even find some that you didn't even know you were signed up for. There's no shame, we've all been there. Number 5. Do you have the best insurance? One of the most significant monthly expenses you can have is insurance. Health insurance, car insurance, home or renter's insurance, it all adds up quickly. By the same token, not having the right insurance can cost you big time in the long run, setting you back significantly from achieving a frugal lifestyle. Choose an insurance plan that meets your budget needs, but also your basic needs. You have to determine what kind of coverage is right for you. Once you've figured that out, shop around with some larger providers as well as some independent ones. Making a solid, well-researched choice for your insurance coverage can save you thousands of dollars per year. Number 6. Make your savings and investments automatic. Alright, you've cut down your spending and you're ready to start saving some money. The most effective way to do this is to automate the withdrawals for your retirement, savings, or investments. You'll learn to live without the money that is automatically invested, breaking your dependence on a more significant amount of cash in your checking account. After a while, you will have a pleasant surprise waiting for you when you check those savings and investments. After automating your savings and investments, give some thought to automating your bill payments and monthly expenses as well. Not only is this easier because you don't have to remember to pay those bills, but it will help you avoid the pitfall of overspending. If your necessary expenses are deducted for you each month, you won't be tempted to spend that budgeted money elsewhere. Number 7. Buy used, not new. This applies to anything and everything: clothes, shoes, jewelry, furniture, electronics, even cars. You can find used options online that will save you much more money than buying them at full retail price. Facebook, pawn shops, and other websites like Craigslist can provide you plenty of listings for whatever you may need. Just be sure to exercise caution and thoroughly vet any potential sellers, and always do transactions in a public place. Buying used is especially important when buying a new vehicle. The value of a brand new car depreciates the very second you drive it off the lot, and the value continues to drop significantly in the first year of ownership. If you're in the market for a new car, search for certified pre-owned vehicles rather than the marked up brand new vehicles at the dealership. Number 8. Don't need it? Sell it. Once you've adjusted your frame of mind to needs versus wants, you may find yourself bogged down by items that you simply have no use for. Maybe you have an impressive collection of shoes that you never wear anymore. Perhaps you have designer handbags that just take up space in your closet. Maybe your bookshelf is overflowing, or you have frivolous electronics that you barely even use. Whatever the case may be, selling that clutter can turn into profit with minimal effort. List those items on Facebook, eBay, Craigslist, or even a local buy, sell, and trade site. In some cases, you can take your things to a local consignment shop that will do the selling for you. Number 9. Loyalty programs. Clipping coupons is a thing of the past. At least clipping them from newspapers is. These days, major grocery retailers allow you to clip digital coupons on their apps once you join their loyalty programs. Other retailers may not have coupons, but they do have loyalty cards and other programs that allow you to earn points with the money you spend. These points can add up enough to be redeemed for discounts or even free food and merchandise. Signing up for these programs or apps is free, and it can pay you back in dividends. Number 10. Consolidate your debt. Paying high interest on your debt is basically just throwing your money down the drain. It's just another way that you are spending money on things that don't bring any value to your life. You can save hundreds of dollars each year by consolidating high-interest credit cards into one low APR. Disclaimer: consolidating your debt is a good idea in most cases, but not all. For example, people with student loans. Refinancing high-interest student loans is generally an excellent way to get out from under the thumb of the astronomical interest rates. On the other hand, if the debt is from federal student loans, refinancing to a private loan could jeopardize other lower repayment options or loan forgiveness programs. Just be sure to read the fine print and make the decision that is best for your situation. Number 11. Travel in the off-season. Traveling during the off-season does more than save you money, it saves you from the crowds too. Most people travel during the summer months, so try to plan your trips in the winter or fall. Take advantage of the discounted prices and extra elbow room at the beach. According to VRBO, a vacation rental website, prices for beach and lake travel destinations drop to 30% after Labor Day weekend. Travel early in the off-season when the weather is still good, but the prices are even better. We've come to our 12th tip on living a frugal life. But before we get there, consider subscribing and hit that notification bell. And if you like this content, leave us a comment below so we can bring you more of the same. What's our 12th tip on living a frugal life? Downsize. The final and most extreme tip for living a frugal lifestyle is to downsize your living space. Having a big, fancy home can be lovely, but the cost of living there, not so much. It's not just paying for the square footage, paying for the ongoing expenses can quickly get out of hand over time. To combat this, consider a smaller space. If you live in a large house, can you function even better in a townhouse or an apartment? If you live in a large apartment, can you make do with a smaller one? Or get a roommate to help offset the rental costs? Take a long, hard look at your living situation and see if there's room for improvement, or less room for improvement, that is. Frugal living is all about making mindful decisions about your money. Start small at first, then scale up as you feel comfortable. And remember, while it may be hard to make sacrifices at times, your savings and investments will make it all worthwhile in the end. Thanks for watching Cerebral Life, the channel where you learn more and improve your life. See you next time!